Welcome back to the Games Conversation channel. My name is Paul, and today we're continuing on Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. So last time we beat Misty in the Cerulean City Gym, and now we are headed down Nugget Bridge. And there's a bunch of trainers. People call this the Nugget Bridge. Beat us 5 trainers and win a fabulous prize. Think you got what it takes? Let's see. So the reason we're going down Nugget Bridge is last time we had a battle with our rival Josh, and he was freaking out and told us that there's some guy named Bill, but maybe there's a Pokemon that talks, and anyway, we gotta go see it. So that's what we're doing. We are fighting on Nugget Bridge. Nugget Bridge! It's just a bug type. I don't really have anything super effective. We'll use Zippy Zap. Zippy Zap is a new move, physical electric move that we learned last time from like a tamer guy in the Pokemon Center. That's new for Let's Go, but we're doing that. So we're glad to be battling all these trainers because in this playthrough, we're not catching. Let's Go builds catching into how you gain experience for your Pokemon in this game, but we're not catching anything. I did my best, I have no regrets. But what we are doing is battling. I'm second, now it's serious. So yeah, in this playthrough, I have a team of Pokemon set aside that are going to enter the story at certain points that I've already kind of predetermined. And they all represent Nintendo characters, great Nintendo characters that we've featured on our channel. So far we have Pikachu, who is currently being featured. We have Mario, the Paris, because mushrooms. We have Blathers, the Ammonite. So Blathers is the owl that runs the museum in Animal Crossing, and you tend to bring him a lot of fossils to be appraised. And so for a Pokemon that represents Animal Crossing, Blathers, since he deals with fossils, I thought a fossil Pokemon would be most appropriate. And Ammonite shell looks most like the fossils that you find in Animal Crossing. So if you're curious why Ammonite is Blathers, that's why. I did my best, so I've got no regrets. Because there was no Noctowl in this game. Here's number 3. I won't be easy. So one thing I've been urging people to do, if you want to think through, now that we've seen 2 party members be added, Mario and Blathers, think about other great Nintendo characters that we've featured on our channel. Like, we played Skyward Sword, Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Zippy Zap's not going to work here. So let's switch out, and let's give, Ground type? Let's give Blathers a go here. A little overpowered, but we'll see. Yeah, we also played, Metroid, Zero Mission, Prime, and Dread. And we played several other games. You can go look at games we played, see the characters that are represented on our channel, and then try and think about what characters are actually going to make their way into this game, and then think about what Pokemon are going to represent those characters. For me, that was a fun part of kind of planning this playthrough, is thinking about like how to make those connections. So like Mario being a Paris, originally I thought like maybe Magmar because fireballs. And then I was trying to think about like, what about plumbing? Is there like a plumber Pokemon? I don't know. So anyway, all that's how I kind of thought about stuff. Keep old moves. I don't want bite. So I'd be curious to see, how anyone else's thought process would go when it comes to that. Have you ever tried to make a Pokemon party based on something and you have to like make the connections? I did my best, no regrets. One of my memories of doing that in the past was me and my friend Eric played Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire together. And I made a team, a 6 Pokemon team, and all of them were nicknamed after the songs that you learn in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So, you learn songs in that game like Prelude of Light, Minuet of Forest, Bolero of Fire. So you learn these, like, I guess, song styles for each temple that you visit. And so I made a team, and all their nicknames were Prelude, Minuet, Bolero, Serenade. And so then it was just a matter of kind of coming up with Pokemon, which really just corresponded to kind of like their type, their element, for each of those songs. And I think I remember Cacturn was either the Minuet for Forest, for Grass type, or I want to say he was the Nocturne of Shadow, even though that should have been a Ghost type, but I guess I went with the Dark typing. But I specifically remember Cacturn was one of them. I'm pretty sure I had a Ninetales who must have been Bolero. I want to say Persian for some reason was my Prelude of Light, because it had like a gem on its forehead and it was normal type. What are the other? The water type, Serenade of Water. I don't remember who my water type was. Maybe Milotic? Or I don't know if I was that advanced back then. Anyway, that's a party I remember nicknaming. Usually I don't nickname my Pokemon, but in that case I did. Congratulations, you beat our 5 trainers. You just earned a fabulous prize. We got a nugget from the mysterious trainer. By the way, kid, how would you like to join Team Rocket? That's right. We're a group dedicated to doing evil using Pokemon. Want to join? Are you sure? Come on, join us. I'm telling you to join. Okay, you need convincing. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. That almost had hints of like the Yiga clan from Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. You run into these kind of like travelers or researchers, and then basically as soon as you talk to them, they're like, it's a shame I'll have to kill you now, and they turn into Yiga clan. Pokemon was doing it way back when. So fun fact, when Tumblr was a thing, I was never active on Tumblr whatsoever. But I had this idea, like, this was probably, I don't know, 5 to 10 years ago? So long. I had this idea for like doing a Let's Play, but this was before I ever had the idea of like doing any kind of YouTube channel. I just thought like it would be neat to show how I'm playing a game. And I had the idea to play through Pokemon Red, or I think I did Fire Red, and from the angle of like someone who wanted to become a Team Rocket grunt. And so I played through Fire Red making decisions as if I were trying to meet Giovanni and become a member of Team Rocket. So I only caught Pokemon that I thought made sense for Team Rocket, like Rattata, Zubat. And then later in the game, I let myself catch like really strong Pokemon like Dragonite, because I was like, we're going to catch this one for the boss kind of thing. But it was a lot of fun making decisions, and like, with your skills, you could become a top leader in Team Rocket. Come on, think of the opportunity. You shouldn't let a chance like this pass you by. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, kind of like, almost like role-playing in a way the game wasn't meant to be role-played in. Because there's several opportunities. I was going to switch out, but Pikachu's actually doing it good, and we don't need to change our level. I saw your feet from the grass. So yeah, like that, I just took the opportunity, because it was on Tumblr, so I was taking screenshots, and then I would write, like, this guy offered me a job kind of thing. It was fun to get through, and I actually beat the game, and like the storyline, as far as I was writing it on Tumblr, actually made a lot of sense. Like, you meet Giovanni, and they constitute kind of your interviews for Team Rocket. And he says things in such a way, like his actual dialogue, where, it's not like it's so outlandish. It's like, oh, he really was impressed with our battle, or, oh, he hopes to see me again. That's a good sign. So leave a comment below, like if you're at all interested, and I can find a link to that. Again, it's from like a decade ago, so you know, I'll see if I can find it. If you're interested in reading through the entire Tumblr narrative of I want to be the very best Team Rocket grunt, then I'll happily post it for your enjoyment. Da-da-da. I hid because the people on the bridge frightened me. So he said, I saw your feet from the grass, F-E-A-T. I want to say the original game, he says, I meant feet, not feet. And the joke is like that he saw our literal foot, our feet. Here, they didn't do the joke, which is kind of disappointing. Da-da-da. Whoa, so we ran into Bulbasaur. Here's the jerk who's trying to get rid of his Charmander. I'm not good at raising Pokemon. I feel sorry for my Charmander because it's not getting stronger, so I want to give it to a better trainer than me. Are you interested? I've got 50 Pokemon. You should catch more than that. Alright. Hey, buddy. Char. Unfortunately for Charmander, Charmander is not one of the friends that will be joining our Pokemon adventure. Route 25. Alright. So here, we're trying to make our way through. We want to collect items, and we want to battle trainers. That's our big deal on this road. This is one of the chunky roads filled with trainers that's going to help us level up our Pokemon. But we don't want to get caught by some jolly Psyduck, you know? I just got down from Mount Moon, but I've still got gas in the tank. I really thought he was going to say something like, boy, are my legs tired. Hiker Franklin. Alright, so I don't know if Onyx has any ground type moves this early in the game. I should probably switch to Paris. Let's do that just to be sure. Because we know Mario has Dig, so at least we can do that. Although if it does rock type moves, that won't be so good. Rage, okay. Rage and Bind. Two moves in the original Pokemon Red that completely perplexed me. Like Rage, I remember always seeing Dodrio use it, and it just never clicked with me. Like, you basically have to let your Pokemon get beat up before they can use it. I do understand it's almost like counter over time. Oh wait, no, it's not Rage and Bind, it's Rage and Bide. So I think Rage, when a Pokemon uses Rage, their attack grows as they get attacked. I think. Drat, a Zubat bit me back in that cave. I'm trying to be careful here because I know there's one trainer you need to draw out to get an item. Local trainers come here to practice. Yeah, so Rage I think increases your attack as you get attacked, and then Bide, Birdkeeper Joey. I always like the Birdkeepers. Bide, I want to say, is kind of like counter over time. Like you can build up damage and then unleash it. Maybe? I don't remember exactly. But they were always confused me as a kid playing the original game because they weren't quite clear like what's happening. Ooh, that is a very damaging attack. I like that he turns around like, did you see that? Eh? What about that? Nice. I love this. Okay, so I'm a big fan of exp share when it comes to this style of playing. Like, I don't want to have to halt my progress just to grind out levels. I want everyone just to kind of grow because we're together. All Pokemon have weaknesses, even the strongest ones. That's why it's best to raise Pokemon of different types. Fair enough. Okay, so I want that item. Super Potion. And then I want to battle you. I had this feeling. I knew I had to battle you. It's true. You did. Dun-dun-dun. Youngster Chad, not Giga Chad. Diggly dig, diggly dig. So ground types definitely present a problem. And I do think Diglett has ground type moves very early on. So we'll switch in to Mario. And I think just even like Leech Life should be fine. Should be fine. Sand Attack! Don't underestimate Sand Attack. You might feel it's like one of those early game moves that your Pokemon just gets to like fill a slot. No. The loss of accuracy in these games have brought me more headache than almost anything else. Like just being fully like able, you know, like full health, not paralyzed, not asleep, not anything else, but just lowered accuracy. It's such an invisible stat, but it really bothers you like when it counts. That and like the flip side of like high evasion for another Pokemon, it's like, okay, he's dodging, I guess. If your Pokemon gets confused, switch it out. That's a good tactic. Okay, thanks for the heads up. Dad took me to a great party being held on the SS Anne at Vermilion Port. It was fun. Oh, the St. Anne. Battle aboard the St. Anne. We'll have to go there soon. Youngster Dan. I gotta make that Weedle shirt. That's great. Alright, we're fighting against Ekans. I think just Zippy Zap is probably the move here. So, strong against poison is what? Ground? Psychic? And Steel, I think, is like immune to poison. I don't know about Fairy. Is there some relation between Fairy and poison? Well, I do know there's a relationship between Pikachu's feet and Rattata. Yeah, big relation. Big relation. I love to see the leveling up. Love it. I wonder if we should have done this before Misty. Well, it still turned out okay. I'm not mad. He has a little bandage on his knee. I never noticed that. On the SS Anne, I saw trainers from around the world. Okay. Oh, there's the guy you gotta draw out. I'm off to see that Pokémon Fanatic guy at the Cape. You and me both. You and me both. Hiker Knob. What a great name. Knob. So Geodude, we're gonna put it to the test. Let's stick with Double Kick and see how strong we are. Ooh, not that strong. Okay. Stealth Rock. Yikes. So I taught Stealth Rock to Blathers, and I thought that was a pretty advanced technique. Pretty advanced move, but here a level 14 Geodude is using it. Oh, and Bide. Okay. Pikachu's Double Kick. So Bide is across 2 turns, I think. I don't know the length. Yeah, that would have been curious to see how that worked out. Oh well. Machop. Will you switch Pokemon? No, because of Stealth Rock. I'm glad they gave him 2 Pokemon, so you could at least potentially see the results of Stealth Rock. But we will still go Zippy Zap. I know I'm running low on PP. Machop. Weathered that. Low Kick. So Low Kick, I think, gets stronger if your Pokemon is heavier. Or if the opposing Pokemon is heavier. So in this case, like, Pikachu's still pretty light. So pretty good. hike a knob. You done got me, and real good too. Nice. We're rolling through these trainer battles, and I love it because we're getting good experience. The Pokemon Fanatic sure lives up to his name. Seems he knows about many rare Pokemon. Alright, let me make sure we're evening out. Let's put move Mario out front so that he can get some battling. And we're going to draw that guy out. So I'm going to battle this one. I'm a picnicker. My boyfriend is a camper. And then we'll step in front of her to draw that guy out. And it all should work out. Picnicker Kelsey. Goldeen, Goldeen, Goldeen. I'm gonna have to do a compilation video at the end of all this of just all of my like involuntary Pokemon impressions. Alright, let's do... Oh, this is tough because Goldeen has Peck, I think, which is a flying type move. Which now that I'm looking at Goldeen, I always assumed Peck was a horn move, like a beak. But now I'm seeing she has a bunch of... She has like big lips, essentially. And so I'm wondering if Peck is meant to be like a little kiss, like a peck. Damaging, but, you know. I wish my boyfriend were as strong as you. Yikes, okay. And then this guy should come out. Oh, just barely, I don't know. I'm a camper, my girlfriend is a picnicker. Alright. Are they referring to each other? Camper Dustin. Squirtle! So we battled someone with a Bulbasaur, I'm pretty sure. And I think this might be our first battle against a Squirtle. Let's do Leech Life. Leech Life is so great. I mentioned this before, but it used to be so weak, like barely needed in the original Red and Blue. Base 20 and bug types like just were so frail and couldn't stand up. And in this game, they upped it to base power of like 80. Oh well, my girlfriend will cheer me up. Ugh, I don't know how to make him come out anymore. I guess I'll have to come back for that. That's weird. Maybe I wasn't in his line of sight completely or something. Anyway, I also recognized, because I was watching the last episode, that I missed an item as we were coming from Mount Moon. Or no, maybe it was before Mount Moon. Either way, there's an item I missed like around Mount Moon, either right before or right after. So I'm going to come back for that and the other one. My friend has many cute Pokemon. I'm so jealous. Last Haley. What Pokemon do you have? Oddish. Oddish is pretty cute. Oddish. So I think Oddish is meant to be an odd radish. I think that's where the name comes from, which is weird, you know. And then it evolves into Gloom. That's a name I never understood either. Gloom. Does that... I guess it's meant to rhyme with bloom? And then Vileplume is just kind of like the poison plume, I guess. I don't know. Pidgey, yes, I want to switch because flying Pokemon are disastrous for poor little Mario. Paris is both bug and grass types, so flying types would kind of, you know, basically kill him. But against the Pidgey, we definitely want to just like zippy zap this thing until like it stops moving. So she has an Oddish and a Pidgey, which I think are both cute Pokemon. I guess she must be comparing to like Jigglypuff and Clefairy. I don't know. Is she the last trainer before Bill's house? Dun, dun. So we're keeping Mario and Pikachu both at level 17. Blathers, I think, is up to 23. So we're closing the gap. We're getting them a little bit tighter. I don't want Blathers to get over 30 if we can help it. You came from Mount Moon. May I have a Clefairy? I don't have one on me, unfortunately. Oh, one more. You're gonna see Bill. First, we battle. I thought she was. But this guy must be. And let me guess, you have 9 Magikarp. Fisherman Wayne. Yeah, he looks like a Charlie Brown character. Let's just, let's make this quick as we can. Looks like he only has 2 Pokemon, I think. Krabby. Man, talk about switching it up. I honestly did not expect something different from a Magikarp. I was always a big fan of Krabby. Probably from the anime, like when Ash caught Krabby on the beach, and then later he pulls him out and uses him at the Indigo League and he evolves into Kingler. I just thought like Krabby was a really neat Pokemon that had been like featured and then forgotten. Because when you think about water Pokemon, you do think about Gyarados. The trail below is a shortcut to Cerulean City. I do tend to think about Poliwag, even though I rarely would use a Poliwag. I did like Poliwhirl, but again, would rarely use it. Sea Cottage. Bill lives here. Oh, and a coach trainer. Blathers is happily staring at the water's surface. I'm sure he wants to go surf. Alright, so I'm just doing a little bit of scouting around here. We found a lure. So that's how we're going to get back. Let's face this coach trainer, and then we'll head inside to see this mysterious Bill. Potion on Pikachu, and then do I have anything? I have an ether, which I think is, yeah, I want to restore his Zippy Zap in case we need it. Okay, cool. All right, let's take on this coach trainer. This area is popular for dates. I'm a proudly independent coach trainer at a date spot. I'll let you know I'm pretty strong. Want me to battle you? I'll give you a real workout. I do remember... I wonder if it was in Gold and Silver. Misty was like on a date, and that's why you couldn't find her? Is that right? Alright, Mario. Let's take on this Machop. I think bug types are ineffective against fighting types. So we're going to do Spore, Growth, Dig. It's going to be our move right there. I like that setup because it's almost, I assume there's some probability of it not really working out, but it's a nice setup because Spore is like at least one guaranteed. Ugh, never mind. Usually it's like one guaranteed turn of sleep. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, Spore usually at least guarantees one turn of sleeping, which should allow you to do growth, and then you can follow it up like pretty immediately. Seismic toss. Yikes. Okay. Well, we'll use Leech Life. And we'll test our theory. It's not very effective. So bug type, not very effective against fighting. Still did the job though. I feel great about it. Coach trainer Amala. Am I the one who was coached? I really thought she'd have another Pokemon. Alright. Took down a coach trainer. We're going to get a Seismic Toss. Phew, I haven't had fun like that in a long time. Here, take this. Seismic Toss. It deals damage equal to the level of the Pokemon that uses the move. Alright, cool. My memory of Seismic Toss really is from the episode where Ash is fighting Blaine Charizard against Magmar, and he just yells, "Use Seismic Toss!" And they do like the Earth rotation thing. Alright, we're looking, and Pikachu is leading us somewhere. This is something I really like about Pokemon Yellow, is this sort of like emphasis on like cinema scenes, if you want to call them that. Hiya, I'm a Pokemon. No, I mean, I'm Bill. Call me Bill. I'm a true blue Pokemon Fanatic. Hey, what's with that skeptical look? I'm not joshing you, pal. I screwed up an experiment and got combined with a Pokemon. So how about it? Help me out here. Okay, yes, definitely. I'm gonna climb inside the teleporter so you run the cell separation system for me. You can do it from that PC over there. You're gonna do it for me, right? Don't leave me hanging. I'm counting on you, pal. Huh? I feel the same way. Pikachu's looking curiously at the talking Pokemon. Okay, so Pikachu can probably sense, like, there's something weird happening here. Blather's also making a curious face. The screen says something about a teleporter. So this begs so many questions. Whoa, I should get in there. Don't mess this up, okay? Like, if there's a Pokemon that talks, where's the person that doesn't? You started up the cell separation system on the teleporter. This is very, like, reminiscent of The Fly, where a guy gets in a matter transporter and accidentally fuses with a fly. It's a pretty grotesque thing to reference in a Pokemon game. What a grand entrance for Bill. Yeehaw! Thanks, bud. I owe you one. Is Bill from Texas? I didn't know. Hey, you got your Pokemon box right there in your bag. Good job. If you ever catch too many Pokemon and your box gets full, send some of those Pokemon to Professor Oak. I bet he'd be mighty thankful. Oh, look at me. I'd forget my own head if it weren't attached. I should do something to thank you, too. You did save me, after all. Here, maybe this'll do. You got some SS tickets from Bill. That cruise ship, the SS Anne, pulls into port in Vermilion City. They invited me to some party on board, but I can't stand fancy gatherings. Why don't you go instead of me? There are a couple of tickets in there, so have some fun with a friend or something. Alright. Can I really bring a friend? That face. Pikachu was completely surprised that Bill emerged from the smoke. Yes, me too. That cruise ship, okay. Cool, so we met Bill. We got some tickets. I'm just gonna look in his lab here for a bit. I think in previous games he gives you like an Eevee maybe, or elemental stones, I don't know. Bill's Pokemon sighting reports. Which one do you want to see? Number 144. Here I am at the Seafoam Islands in my search for Pokemon I've never seen before. I came across some rapids underground that were too fast to swim across. I was exploring that area when suddenly I was hit by a blast of freezing cold. It was as if I was stuck in a blizzard. It got so cold I began to black out. As my consciousness faded, I saw a pair of shiny wings over the waves. Could that have been the legendary Pokemon Articuno? When I came to, I was lying on the ground outside the cave for some reason. I need to practice my swimming so that next time I can capture Articuno for sure. Oh, neat. So they put the legendary birds, like they hinted at them here. Here I am at the abandoned power plant in my search for Pokemon I've never seen before. Yeah, in the original Pokemon Red, there was like almost nothing that hinted at going to the power plant. For me, Zapdos was like the most hidden Pokemon in the game. I had no idea you could reach this place by swimming from that spot on Route 10. As I was exploring, one of the Pokeballs lying around suddenly attacked me. It made a huge explosion and knocked me out. But I do remember seeing some jagged looking wings as I blacked out, Could that have been the legendary Pokemon Zapdos? When I came to, I found myself lying outside the power plant. As soon as I become able to withstand those explosions, I'm going back to catch Zapdos. Probably not a great plan. Here I am at Victory Road in my search for Pokemon I've never seen before. It seems you can't get very far without doing something about the stone walls in the way. As I was exploring the cave, I saw the most beautiful Pokemon. It was so beautiful that I got overwhelmed and passed out. Passing out. As I did though, I saw it flap its brightly burning wings. Could that have been the legendary Pokemon Moltres? When I came to, I was all alone. Next time I've got to stay conscious so I can capture Moltres for sure. What a weird, yeah, the way he goes about it. I black out. Next time I got to figure out how to stay awake. Alright, so we got our SS ticket. We battled all the trainers on Nugget Bridge and on route, whatever this was, 25 or something. And we are headed back to Cerulean City with the shortcut path. Not exactly a shortcut as much as it is like a way to prevent you from having to go back through the hedge maze, I guess. Blathers was smelling the scent of the grass, okay. And there we are, back in Cerulean City. Thanks for joining me today as we played Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Tune in next time as the journey continues.